Thank you for coming to the College Planning Workshop. My name is David Goldhaber, and I'll be presenting the workshop to you. First, just to let you know that this workshop is presented to many different high schools all across the country, as well as to many different types of organizations. There's a lot to cover this morning, and we found that the college planning process is a fairly complicated process because there's so many interested parties involved. A little bit about my background. I went to San Diego State University way back when and majored in finance. And after graduating from San Diego State, I became a certified financial planner. And over these many years, I've been helping families with their retirement planning needs and their money management needs. And what I found are families do a good job in terms of saving for retirement. They put money into their IRA accounts. They put money into their 401k accounts. They put money to wait for retirement. But when it comes to saving for college, that's not quite the case. And families are facing a real dilemma. How are they going to be able to retire and still be able to pay for their child's education? And what I was finding were a lot of families were actually taking money out of their retirement plans to help pay for college. And that's an issue. So I wanted to find a way to help my clients as well as helping other families. So I became a certified college planning specialist through the National Institute of Certified College Planners. And through this organization, I was able to learn not only how to teach families how to save for college, but also how to pay for college. The average American family has only saved about $5,000 for college. I'd like to just give you a quick commercial on a company that I became affiliated with to help me with the college planning process. The name of the company is the College Funding Service Center. And through the College Funding Service Center, we've helped thousands of families each year with the college planning process. What we do is we teach families how to maximize their financial aid, either need-based financial aid or merit-based financial aid. We also show parents how to financial position themselves to be able to receive some type of tuition discounts from the schools that they're applying to. We also show students how to select the right types of schools where not only would they be a great academic fit and a social fit, but might be a better financial fit for the family. And last but not least is we help parents fill out the financial aid forms. We help with the FAFSA form and the CSS profile form. So essentially what we do is we help families and students with the planning, and we even help you fill out the forms to lower your out-of-pocket costs for college. First, we're going to start off with a little quiz. Does anybody know what the average public university costs? And this is the total cost of attendance, tuition and fees, room and board, transportation, everything, the total cost of attendance. Well, the average public university costs around $18,640. But that's a comprehensive figure. If you look at a Cal State University, they'll generally cost anywhere from $16,000 to $21,000. If you look at a UC school, it will cost anywhere from $26,000 to $30,000. And these costs have really gone up quite a bit over the last several years. And there are a lot of reasons why. One reason is there are more students applying to college that there's ever been in the history of the United States. And because of that, colleges are continually adding to their infrastructure. They're continually building more buildings to accommodate as many students as they can. Other reasons are the state budget deficits. They're reducing how much they give to the colleges, and that's adding to the college cost as well. What about the average private university? The average private university costs around $36,000. Again, the total cost of attendance on average is about $36,000. These costs have gone up on about 6 to 10% on average each year. And what about the average elite private university? Schools like USC, University of Chicago, over $50,000. Harvard costs almost $60,000. Back in 1974, Harvard cost about $3,400. So we're going to do our homework, and we're going to talk about how students and parents can help bring down the cost of college. So when you go buy a college education, what are you buying? What type of an experience do you want your child to be able to have at a particular university? And what do they need to be able to achieve the results that you want them to achieve? So of course you're going to make sure that the colleges that you look at will offer the right majors that your student is interested in. That's important. You're going to look at and see where the school is located. Is it close to home? Is it far from home? You're going to look and see if it's a small school or a large school. Does the school have a good job placement office? So when the student graduates from college, do they have a good reputation of being able to find jobs for students after they graduate? When I first meet a student and I ask them the schools that they're looking at, I always see the same brand name schools on the list. And I think it's great for students to apply to the brand name schools, but there are almost 3,000 colleges all across the country. There are almost 55 public four-year and private universities just in the state of California. And there are just a lot of good schools that parents and students are not really giving consideration to. So please, if you're interested in the brand name schools, you should definitely apply to them. But you should also look at and apply to some of these non-brand name schools on the list. Again, these schools might give your child a great college education, and they might be a great financial fit, maybe a better financial fit for the family. So again, apply to the brand name schools, but look at some of these other non-brand name schools on the list as well. One of those brand name schools, last year, San Diego State, they had almost 67,000 applicants for 7,000 spots. So it is really competitive out there as well. After working with a student, I love to hear them say, I love to attend, let's say, USC. It's a great opportunity for me to study business. In fact, this university is well known for its outstanding faculty and is credited for being one of the best universities at which to study business. And by the way, they offered the best financial aid package in comparison to their short list of competitors. So first, do colleges compete for students? Absolutely. Colleges will definitely compete for students. And wouldn't a good financial aid package be another reason to select a college? I think so. And I'm not saying a student should just pick a college just because it's the cheapest school to go to. But if you have a good list of schools that you're applying to, and there's not really a real standout school, and all the schools offer the right majors and meet the criteria that you're looking for, but one school gives you a better financial aid package where it's going to cost you maybe $10,000 less a year, or you'll be able to save $40,000, wouldn't that be another reason to select the university? I think so. So, some rules of thumb. Be an educated consumer. Talk to as many people that you can who have gone through the college planning process. Talk to friends, talk to family members, talk to people like me. Just try to talk to as many people that you can who are familiar with the college planning process. And by a top-down approach, what lots of students will do first is they'll say, I want to go to UCLA, and that's really the only school that they want to go to. So they apply to that school. They might have a couple of other schools that they apply to, but they're not really interested. And what we would suggest is there are almost 3,000 colleges all across the country. And what you want to do is you want to look at the colleges and narrow that down to 100 colleges and research those schools and narrow that down to maybe 30 colleges. And again, narrow that down to where the student is applying to 6 to 10 colleges that they're willing to go to. We want students to apply to 6 to 10 colleges and be willing to go to all 6 to 10 colleges. If a student does that, then we have some opportunity. If though a student says again, I really just want to go to UCLA, and maybe they apply to a couple of other schools, a couple of things can happen. One, if the student doesn't get into that school, well, then the student might end up going to a lesser school or even a junior college, which might not be the best academic fit. And also, if a student just has one college that they're applying to, then there's no reason for any other schools to compete for that student. You really want to make sure that students are applying to 6 to 10 colleges and have a good mixture of schools. Maybe have some UC schools, maybe have some state schools, also have some private schools, maybe schools that might compete against one another. But you do want a good mixture of schools that the student is applying to. Now, there's no substitute for a college visit. And I know college visits can be expensive, but they can really avoid some big surprises, and you really want to go visit schools that you're applying to. I'm sure if you were going to go buy a car, you wouldn't just buy the car. You would test drive that car. And the same thing is true with college visits. You really want to be able to visit the colleges. The best time to visit the colleges, if you can, is during the week. You just get a better feel for that campus. Walk around the campus, talk to other students that are going to that campus, visit the colleges. That is just so helpful. One of the other things are if you do visit a college, make sure you sign up for those campus tours. Again, that's a great way to show that you're interested in going to the school, and you want the colleges to know that you went to go visit the school. Now, ensure that the college will want your student. How do you do that? Has anybody ever done a college search online? What do they ask for? They ask for your major. They ask if you're interested in a public school or a private school. They'll ask where the school is located. Is it a large school? If you're interested in a large school, a medium school, or a small school. What state you might be interested in. And then you'll press a button and maybe 100 colleges will come out. And then what do? Most people will go research those colleges online. They'll look at the websites. So what you're basically doing is you're looking at colleges that have the best websites, that have the best web developer. And we think, wouldn't it be cool if your college search will tell you how your student fits in academically? They'll tell you what colleges you'll be able to get into. And will even tell you what schools might give you more financial aid. And that's how our college search program works. We have a college search program that will show you how to select colleges, that will show you what schools you'll be able to get into, what schools will be a good academic fit for you, and what schools will give you the most financial aid or some type of discounts from the colleges. If a college search program is done correctly, you can save thousands of dollars off the college search.